In the small town of Ravens Hollow, there was an old abandoned circus that had long been forgotten by the townsfolk. Legend had it that a malevolent spirit inhabited the tattered remains of the Big Top, a vengeful entity known as the Grinning Ghoul. This sinister clown was said to have once been the star attraction of the circus, known for his unnaturally wide grin that sent shivers down the spines of anyone who dared to gaze upon it. As the moon cast an eerie glow over Ravens Hollow, one fateful night, a group of adventurous teenagers decided to explore the decaying circus grounds. Among them was Sarah, a fearless thrill-seeker known for her penchant for the supernatural. Armed with flashlights and nervously laughing off the chilling tales, they entered the forsaken circus, unaware of the malevolent force that awaited them. As they stepped beneath the dilapidated entrance arch, the air became thick with an otherworldly presence. The once vibrant circus tents now hung like ghostly specters, casting ominous shadows on the uneven ground. A distant wind carried the ghostly whispers of the Grinning Ghoul's name, sending a shiver down the spines of the intruders. Their flashlights flickered as they approached the center ring, where an old, creaking music box played a haunting tune. Suddenly, the atmosphere grew colder, and the air seemed to pulse with an unnatural energy. The group huddled together, their breath visible in the chilling mist. From the darkness emerged a figure, grotesquely adorned in tattered, polka-dotted clown attire. The Grinning Ghoul had awoken. His face, painted in ghastly white, featured a mouth that stretched from ear to ear, revealing rows of sharp, yellowed teeth. His eyes glowed with an otherworldly malevolence, and his laughter echoed through the desolate circus grounds. The teenagers, frozen in terror, watched as the Grinning Ghoul danced in the moonlight, his movements both graceful and macabre. The music box continued its haunting melody, as if under the control of the malevolent clown. The teens tried to escape, but invisible forces seemed to guide them back to the center ring. One by one, the Grinning Ghoul targeted the terrified intruders, tormenting them with nightmarish illusions tailored to their deepest fears. Shadows twisted into grotesque shapes, and eerie laughter reverberated through the air. The air grew heavier with each passing moment, as if the very essence of fear had materialized. As the night wore on, the once brave group found themselves consumed by the Grinning Ghoul's influence. Their minds were no longer their own, and their faces contorted into grotesque masks of horror. The malevolent laughter of the clown melded with their own desperate cries, creating a symphony of madness. Ravens Hollow had become a cursed town, forever haunted by the Grinning Ghoul and the unfortunate souls who dared to tread on the forsaken circus grounds. The legend of the vengeful clown lived on, whispered among the townsfolk, serving as a cautionary tale for those who dared to explore the boundaries between the living and the realm of the supernatural. The abandoned circus, now a spectral stage for the Grinning Ghoul's eternal performance, stood as a grim reminder of the darkness that lurked just beyond the veil of reality. Nestled deep within the heart of an ancient forest, obscured by gnarled branches and twisted roots, stood the enigmatic Carnival of Shadows. Legend had it that the carnival only appeared once every century, drawing unsuspecting souls into a realm of nightmares. At the heart of this malevolent spectacle was an entity feared even among the supernatural, the Pierrot of Despair. As the full moon cast an eerie glow over the forgotten woods, a group of curious wanderers stumbled upon the spectral carnival. Drawn by the distant melodies of a haunted calliope, the group entered the ethereal realm, unknowingly stepping into a nightmarish performance orchestrated by the Pierrot of Despair. The carnival grounds, draped in tattered black and crimson tents, whispered ominous secrets in the wind. The air crackled with an unsettling energy, and the flickering lanterns cast long, distorted shadows on the uneven ground. A chilling fog clung to the air, distorting reality and conjuring an otherworldly atmosphere. The wanderers, captivated by the surreal beauty of the carnival, wandered deeper into its heart. As they approached the grand tent at the center, the calliope's haunting melody grew louder, sending shivers down their spines. The grand tent, adorned with faded symbols of the arcane, seemed to pulse with a dark life of its own. Within, the Pierrot of Despair awaited, his face obscured by a porcelain mask that betrayed no emotion. His attire, a patchwork of dark velvet and tattered lace, exuded an air of melancholic elegance. The moment the wanderers crossed the threshold, the carnival came alive with an eerie luminescence, revealing the twisted wonders that lay within. The Pierrot's performance unfolded like a cursed ballet, each step a macabre dance with death. Illusions manifested in the form of grotesque visions, phantasmagoric scenes that toyed with the wanderers' deepest fears and insecurities. The air was thick with a potent blend of dread and anticipation. As the night wore on, the Pierrot of Despair singled out each wanderer, orchestrating a nightmarish tapestry of psychological torment. Shadows whispered malevolent secrets, and ghostly apparitions danced in the corners of their vision. The once curious wanderers were now ensnared in a web of despair, their sanity unraveling with each passing moment. The grand tent seemed to stretch into infinity, its labyrinthine corridors leading the wanderers deeper into the Pierrot's sinister performance. Faces in the shadows contorted into demonic grins, and the calliope's melody warped into a dissonant cacophony. Reality itself became a puppet in the hands of the malevolent clown. As the first light of dawn approached, the carnival vanished into the mist, leaving the forsaken wanderers standing in the heart of the ancient forest. The echoes of twisted laughter lingered in the air, and the memories of the nightmarish carnival haunted them like a ghostly specter. The Pierrot of Despair, having woven his tapestry of terror, retreated into the shadows, awaiting the next century to unveil his nightmarish performance once again. The ancient forest, forever tainted by the presence of the Carnival of Shadows, stood as a silent testament to the malevolent legacy of the Pierrot and the nightmares that lurked just beyond the veil of reality. In the desolate outskirts of the forgotten town of Raven's Edge, where the echoes of laughter had long been replaced by a haunting silence, stood an abandoned carnival ground, hidden by the shadows of twisted trees and obscured by an eternal mist. This ominous place was known by locals as Harlequin's Hallowed Haven, a cursed sanctuary that housed the malevolent spirit of the spectral Harlequin, a grotesque entity that had once been the master of ceremonies in the long-gone carnival. Legend spoke of Harlequin, a once charming entertainer who, driven mad by jealousy and betrayal, became a vengeful phantom adorned in a tattered jester's costume. The carnival, once a vibrant spectacle, now lay in ruins, its tents weathered and torn, and its rides rusting away like the remnants of a bygone era. Yet, within the decaying remains, Harlequin's malevolent laughter echoed through the ages, a siren's call that drew the curious and the unsuspecting into his spectral domain. On a moonless night, a group of friends seeking thrills and adventure stumbled upon the dilapidated carnival grounds. Unbeknownst to them, the air crackled with an otherworldly energy, and the ethereal mist clung to the ground like ghostly fingers reaching out from the grave. Undeterred by the eerie atmosphere, the friends entered the forsaken haven, guided only by the haunting echoes of Harlequin's laughter. As they ventured deeper into the heart of the carnival, the creaking of rusted swings and the distant hum of an antique carousel created a symphony of unease. The friends found themselves drawn to the center stage, where a faded big-top tent loomed ominously. Its once vibrant colors now muted, the tent seemed to pulse with an unnatural life of its own. Beneath the flickering light of a broken marquee, the friends were greeted by the ghostly visage of Harlequin. His face, hidden behind a grotesque mask of cracked porcelain, bore a maniacal grin that seemed to defy the laws of the living. The tattered jester's costume clung to his spectral form, billowing in the unfelt wind as he beckoned the intruders to partake in his cursed performance. The center stage erupted into a twisted carnival of horrors as Harlequin conjured nightmarish illusions tailored to each friend's deepest fears. Distorted mirrors reflected grotesque versions of themselves, and the ground beneath them seemed to shift into a living nightmare. Harlequin's laughter melded with the anguished cries of the friends, who found themselves ensnared in a spectral dance with the malevolent Harlequin. As the night wore on, the carnival grounds transformed into a phantasmagoric labyrinth, the boundaries of reality bending and warping at Harlequin's will. The friends, now trapped in a maze of twisted corridors and haunted attractions, faced their fears at every turn. The ghostly apparitions of long-lost carnival performers danced in the shadows, their eyes gleaming with an otherworldly malevolence. The spectral carousel spun of its own accord, its music a haunting dirge that echoed through the desolate haven. The laughter of children, long gone, mingled with Harlequin's maniacal mirth, creating an unsettling symphony that permeated the very fabric of the forsaken carnival. As the first light of dawn approached, the friends, shaken and traumatized, found themselves standing at the entrance of Harlequin's hallowed haven. The carnival, once hidden in the shadows, now stood as a testament to the malevolent legacy of the spectral Harlequin. The friends, forever haunted by the nightmares they had faced, fled Raven's Edge, leaving the cursed sanctuary to its eternal slumber until the next unsuspecting souls dared to cross its threshold. Harlequin's hallowed haven, a spectral circus lost in time, waited patiently for the echoes of laughter to return, knowing that its macabre performance would live on in the nightmares of those who had dared to enter its haunted embrace.